Hi, welcome back to Chosen Earth Angel Queen channel. I'm back with another message, with another download. Let's jump right into it. So, love is a power play. Love is a huge power play. Being kind and being nice to people is a huge power play. You know what? It doesn't hurt to be nice to someone because you never know what someone is going through. I've been seeing on in the news, online, of course, and just on the news period in general. We've been hearing about this, for the forever, that people are having these mass shootings. They're going into schools and they're shooting people. They're going into bars. They're going into churches. They're going into these places with these weapons, and they want to kill people, and that's unfortunate. Or they want to unalive people, and that's unfortunate. And I feel like I hate what these people have done out of their mental illness, because you can't be mentally healthy if you have thoughts to do that to any individual. But the fact that they commit these horrific fatalities, it gets me to think about their mental state. And it gets me to think of, it takes a lot of something for you to do that. Something evil inside of you to do that. And I don't know if every single incident it has occurred this way, but the way I'm about to break it down to you. But I feel like a lot of them have occurred this way. And I think that a lot of people that are committing these crimes were once victimized, were once people who may have went to a school and got bullied, and or maybe even just didn't get the help for the right teachers, didn't get the help from somebody at the places that they're going to commit these crimes. Or the places where they're committing the crimes could have been places, institutions that they have visited in different towns or different areas that remind them of what they went through. And enough is enough, and then one thing leads to another, and these weapons of mass destruction are legal, so they get access to them and they do the unthinkable. And I'm thinking to myself, if only they visited a world where they had an ounce of love. If people didn't make fun of them, if people didn't slam the door in their face, or not be a good teacher, or do whatever it is that they're doing. I seen an instance where somebody went to a bar and did this. They visited a bar. We don't know why this person chose a bar to do something like that at, but who knows how many different bar events he's experienced or what has happened at a bar to make them want to go do this at a bar. I'm not blaming anyone, because we don't know who said what, why they said what to an individual to get them so riled up. But I'm saying this: if we operated more kind, if we operated more cordial, even though someone may just not deserve it, but if we just do it because that's what we ought to do, the world would be a more peaceful place. We don't have to like everybody, but we don't have to hate them either. And I think that people treat people, hurt people, and people treat people bad, and they don't care. They're so selfish, and they're not selfless, and they treat people like crap. And then these people, we don't know how they were brought up. If it's children doing it, we don't know what their parents have showed them, or what they have done. We don't know why these people do it. But if the world treated them nicer, do you think that they would have the energy and the balls to do the things that they're doing? I would beg to differ that they wouldn't do it. But I feel like this world certain people treat people so wrong, where eventually one person has enough, and they eventually they have a breaking point, and what comes after that is in a horrible explosion. You know, you never know what someone is up against. Just because you don't see it, just because, you know, you can't read a person because of their color of their skin, because of their age, because of their race. You cannot, because of their background, you can't read a person. That's not enough. People look at the physical so much and to determine how they want to treat somebody. That's not enough. A picture or a person or what people that look like them do does not give you a right to treat them like that. You have to take time to figure out what you're dealing with. We come in a society where people don't take the time to figure out what they're dealing with. So I just encourage more kindness and more love. Because you don't know what these people have been through. You don't know why they take it upon themselves to make these fatalities, massacres happen. We don't know why. But I bet they didn't have a good life. I bet there was something that they went through that was buried inside of them or kept getting stabbed at, kept getting triggered, okay? The triggers on these people, we don't know. But we know that the world is cold, and we know that people feel like they don't owe no one nothing, and that if they don't know them, they don't have to, you know, lend a helping hand. They don't have to be kind. They don't have to be nice. And it's unfortunate that people are doing this to people, but I think about their mental state and why they choose some of the places. Hell, the guy at the bar, he might have been at the bar but I got so much disrespect from a bar where he made it in his mind one day, I'm going to go into a bar, or it could be the same exact bar that he got wronged at, and I'm going to take out the people who look like the people that wronged me that day, or are the people who wronged me that day. That's why you have to be careful on how you treat people. I would hate to, you know, jokingly, you know, be bartending and, you know, somebody comes in there and they're a target at the butt end of a joke, and, you know, they're getting assaulted, they're doing this and that, and then a couple months later, a year later, this person comes in there and targets the very people that were, you know, making them feel less than. I don't know specifically what happened, the details that happened, but I'm just thinking logically here. Let's think logical about it, especially when this happens at schools, when it happens at stores. We don't know why these people do what they do. We don't know if they were going through a mental state or they were just born this way, but I'm pretty sure that there was a trigger somewhere, and it has to do with probably how they were treated, some sort of upbringing or some sort of wrong doing that was done to them. So maybe these people, you know, they go in these establishments, and certain people, you know, they don't get touched. They don't go in the room, and they go into a different room and get those people. They don't get that person. And maybe that's because they remember the people who treated them well. They remember the people who treated them good. So when they go and snap and go crazy, you ain't on the list, because you weren't the one who dished it to them. And I'm not saying that people deserve to die because they dishing it to people. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, do you want to be the one that the person remember that you were kind to them, or do you want to be the person that someone has, you know, a bad taste about you in their mouth? So that's my message here, is that we have to be more kind. We have to be, you know, we have to consider people's feelings and emotions, men and women, no matter who you are, no matter the gender, no matter the race, none of that matters. People are human. At the end of the day, people are human and they have feelings. And we have to treat people delicate. We can't assume anything about a person. Well, they're black, they're strong, they can take what I'm saying to them, or they're white, they have white supremacist power. They can get fired quick, you know, and find a new way. So we gonna be hard on them. Whatever it is, stereotypes. Or, you know, they Asian, they got you know, different incentives or whatever. You know, I feel like there's always a narrative that has to do with a certain race and a certain gender. And even an age group. Well, they're older, they're young, they'll find another job. They do. So we just, they do. People just do stuff, and it's like, stop being a judge of people and character. Let God do that. Let God give you discernment on what you think that needs to be best. Don't put yourself in God's shoes. If you have a position in power and you have to eliminate people and evaluate people, you better not be doing it off of what you think. You need to be going to God about it, because you could be blocking someone's blessing, thinking, reading somebody, and God is telling you, I didn't tell you to do that. I know they might look like that, but I'm God. I'm giving you a good feeling about this person. But you're thinking from your point of view, and then you don't treat them as kind. And God is like, that's a person that I need you to treat kind. So use discernment. I think everyone should be treated kindly, but sometimes you have a job where some people can't be, you got to fire somebody. So you might have to go about it a way. But I feel using God's discernment is just, because you don't want the blood on your hands. You don't want to make the wrong decision, misjudging somebody, and then you've messed up something because you misjudged something. That's why it's not good to judge. Leave that to God. Be kind to people. Be kind to people. There's no need to retaliate. There's no need to assume. Do the right thing and just be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they've been at. You don't know anything. You just know that they're human and they're you. Put yourself in their shoes. When you look at someone else, you're not looking at them. You're looking at yourself. Implication of you. Every person that you deal with, you're looking at you. You're looking at a human being just like you. You're not looking at whatever you think you're looking at. Always remember that you're looking at yourself. So it's always all about how you want to be treated and how you treat people how you want to be treated. I'm telling you, this pays off. This pays off. This will help have you reaping tremendous karma, like the best karma ever, if you plant these seeds. It takes work to reap a harvest. So I'm dropping some gems about the seeds and about being kind to people. Tie that in there. Anyway, hope y'all liked the message. If y'all did, like, share, subscribe. I can't wait to tap back in with y'all again.